document attributes. So this is the new document window. I get this by going into here, File, New, and I want to cover this very closely. This is the one students always mess up, believe it or not. This is the one where they set in different attributes that aren't friendly with some kind of pictures within Photoshop. So notice I'm in pixels, okay, and I'm in custom. So let's go to default Photoshop size, and I'm in inches. If I want Photoshop to always use inches and always be on default Photoshop size, what I'm going to do is hit cancel and go into Photoshop Preferences, Units and Increments, or Rulers. Here I want to make sure it's in inches. Okay. So now anytime I go to the default, it's basically that way, and anything that's in Photoshop will just kind of naturally come up as inches. Okay. Now, I want to get into a lot of this stuff, like resolution, color modes, and 8 bits versus 16 and 32. These are things I don't see covered very often, and I use them all the time. So what I'm going to do is first go into and make a new document. I want to kind of show something to you. I'm going to make these 1 inch. And I'm going to make the resolution 1 pixel. Okay. So this is going to make a really, really tiny document. Okay. It's 1 pixel, 1 inch. Okay. I want to show the rulers. So I go to View, Rulers. And what I'm going to do here is zoom in on this document. Now I can do that in several ways. I'm going to use Navigator for this. I can zoom in. You can also use the Alt middle mouse button scroll to zoom in. So this little document right here with 1 pixel document. What I want to do is now show my tools. And the only way to kind of show pixels and dots per inch is use a natural inch and use my pencil tool. The pencil tool allows you to paint in 1 single pixel. Okay? So if I was to paint a pixel in here, this pixel is 1 inch big, okay, by 1 pixel. Now, let's make a new document. I'm going to keep these 1 inch, but I'm going to raise this up to 10. Okay. Notice it's still an inch, but now I can fit 10 pixels in here. And this is commonly referred to as pixels per inch. Okay? Not to be confused with dots per inch, which I'll cover here in a little bit. So this is pixels per inch, meaning that the pixels are square and they stack up next to each other. Now, where we usually see this is at web quality. So usually you see 72. 72 dots per inch equals 72 ppi. So I can stack 72 next to each other, and I'm not going to do that. But now, when we get to print quality, we have to get all the way up to 300 ppi. Okay? So everything that we do as a final output needs to be 300 ppi in order to match print quality. Now, keep in mind, 72 is going to look fine on your screen. It's going to fit within the web quite well. When you get under 300 ppi, it's going to be big. This natural inch that occurs, what happens is, if I go to image size, this 300 pixel document is now 300 pixels wide, which relatively fits in the screen about a square about this big. So when you put it on the internet, it's going to look bigger because those are measured in pixels on your screen, and then we have to worry about being measured into print size, which is just the natural size. So this is what it looks like on the screen and measures out on the screen. And then this is your natural inch. Okay. And we're going to get into manipulating these numbers quite a bit. In a theory I got is draw big, shrink small. And I'll show you that here in a little bit too. So there's a lot of stuff. Please move on to the next video where I can explain more about pixels and depth, and we're going to be covering a thing called bits here next.